Pam Bailey, the Challenge 3 Director. Welcome to our class's presentation of Hamlet in the Wild West. So we had talked about doing Hamlet mock trial all year long, putting Hamlet on trial for the murder of somebody. And my creative class decided to do a Western play instead. So y'all are in for a treat. I'm going to introduce them. Two of them are playing two different characters, so they'll come up twice. When they come up, they are going to say a line from the play that their character says. And then also during the play, they will say some lines from the actual Hamlet play. And they've also incorporated funny lines that have been said during the year in our class. So if there's a funny line that you're like, how in the world is this in Hamlet or even in a Western, it's probably because somebody in the class said it during the year. And Alexa wrote it down. When I introduce Miles, so Miles is a detective, and he will be doing lines from Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. But he is not those characters in the play. Okay, I'm going to start introducing them now. First we have Alexa Seaman-Wynn playing Gertrude.
Mad as the sea and wind, when both contend which is the mightier. In his lawless fit, behind the arras, hearing something stir, whips out his rapier, cries, "A rat! A rat!" and in his brainish apprehension, kills the unseen good old man.
Y'all really need to yell with this air conditioning going, okay? Can y'all hear? Next we have Elijah Crane as Horatio.
In the most high and palmy state of Rome, a little ere the mightiest Julius fell. The grave stood tenantless, and the sheeted dead did squeak and gibber in the Roman streets. I am thus more an antique Roman than ever a Dane.
And Joel Hostetler as Claudius.
Though yet of Hamlet, our dear brother's death, the memory be green, and that it us befitted to bear our hearts in grief, and our whole kingdom to be contracted to one brow of woe. Yet so far hath discretion fought the nature, that we with wisest sorrow think on him, together with remembrance of ourselves.
Miles Bailey as Detective Arthur Vanderlyn.
Heavens, make our presence and our practices pleasant and helpful to him. Take you me for a sponge, my lord? My lord, you must tell us where the body is and go with us to the king. Life is a gamble at terrible odds. If it were a bet, you wouldn't take it.
Rosencrantz and Guildenstern didn't have a lot of lines. Alexa Seaman-Wynn as Ophelia.
Oh, what a noble mind is here overthrown. The courtiers, soldiers, scholars' eye, tongue sword, the expectancy and rose of fair state, the glass of fashion and mold of form, the observed of all observers quite down, an eye of ladies, most deject and wretched, that sucks the honey of his music vows. Now see that noble and most sovereign reason, like sweet bells jangled out of time and harsh, that unmatched form and feature of blown youth, blasted with ecstasy. Oh, woe is me, to have seen what I have seen, see what I see.
And Joel Hostetler as Laertes.
I am satisfied in nature, whose motive in this case should stir me most to revenge. But in my terms of honor I stand aloof long, and will no reconcilement till by some elder master of known honor, I have a voice and precedent of peace to keep my name ungored.
And Anna Timmons as Hamlet.
To be or not to be, that is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of troubles, and by opposing, end them. To die, to sleep, no more. And by sleep to say we end the heartache and the thousand natural shocks that flesh is heir to. 'tis a consummation devoutly to be wished. To die, to sleep, perchance to dream. Aye, there's the rub. For in that sleep of death, what dreams may come, when we have shuffled off this mortal coil, must give us pause. There's the respect that makes calamity of so long life.
Welcome to Mark's Den in Elsinore, New Mexico. New to town, Detective Sheriff Vanderlyn has just ordered himself a tall glass of ice cold lemonade. Before we get started, please silence all cellular devices and make sure those horses are tied up tight at that hitching post. Now, without further ado, let's get started.
How's the lemonade?
It's good. Seems quiet for this time of day. Is it usually like this?
No. Everything's been different since last week.
What happened last week?
Howdy, Mom. You got any lemonade for your hard-working son?
Sorry, but no. This fine gentleman just got the last bit.
You took all my lemonade? Just kidding, partner. You probably deliver more than I do. Are you new to town?
Just got in from the next town over. Seems like a nice place.
Normally so, but thanks to Hamlet here, things have been very different since last week.
What happened last week?
But Pa was murdered last week.
What?
Don't go sticking your nose into business that ain't yours.
Well, technically, it is my business season as my Pa.
Boys! Now is not the time, nor the place, nor the company for this discussion.
You and your mother blame for all this trouble. Don't think we'll get away with it. What was that all about?
What in the world is going on here?
Well, howdy, partner. I'm assuming you're new in town if you haven't heard everything that's gone down in the past week.
Yeah, just got in from the next town over. I'm a detective, actually. My specialty is solving mysteries. And gosh, if this don't seem like one.
Well, let me fill you in then. It was a dark day in Elsinore, New Mexico 1 week ago. Thunder was booming and lightning was crashing. The people of this town were mighty hasty seeking shelter from that storm. Many came and loitered around Mark's Den, waiting for the storm to pass. Gertrude, after tirelessly serving her famous fireball whiskey and lamb's roast, went up to her room to take a break. Hamlet, taking this as his opportunity to confront his mother about some family issues, sauntered up after her.
Hold on, Cowpoke.
Call me Dutch. My full name is Horatio Morgan, but people call me Dutch on account of me always being getting in trouble in my younger days.
All right then, Dutch. You said Hamlet wanted to talk to his mom about some family issues. You inclined to share those with me? Spare no detail. Anything and everything is important in a case like this.
All right, partner. You seem like a straight shooter, sticking to the straight and narrow, so I'll fill you in. It seemed that Hamlet's uncle Claudius killed Hamlet's pa, Mark, in cold blood. At least that's what Hamlet believed. Hamlet's pa was found murdered in a deserted field 1 week ago. All evidence indicates poison. One can conclude then that this murder was of treacherous intent. However, no one knew who killed Mark until Hamlet was visited by his father's ghost.
A ghost?
A ghost! This ghastly creature accused Claudius of being Yeller and poisoning his father's whiskey while he was asleep.
Gosh, I can see why Hamlet might be a little jumpy now.
Exactly. And these were the family matters Hamlet wanted to discuss with his mom. However, as soon as they sat down on her bed, they heard rustlings in Gertrude's changing room. No. Claudius, Hamlet, being the happy trigger finger. Oh.
Simmer down there, partner.
Shot the mystery man faster than a tornado touching down in Texas. The mystery man actually didn't turn out to be Claudius, but Polonius, Ophelia's and Laertes' father.
What in tarnation was he doing in there?
No one knows. I have my guesses. No one knows for sure, though. This whole situation's got Ophelia off a rocker and Laertes madder than a wet hen.
Gosh, this is quite the case. Hey, you mind if I stick around and investigate a while?
Well, that's not up to me. You should be asking the owners of this place, Claudius and Gertrude. Hey, Claudius, Gertrude, get in here. Oh, by the way, if you're looking for some help on this case, I'd be the one to ask. I was a junior ranger when I was knee-high to a grasshopper. Could track any cow this side of the Mississippi. Besides, you know what people call me around here?
No.
What? The modern man Franklin.
Okay, I think I'm all right then, partner.
Well, you know, I was also Hamlet's closest partner, and I could give you the inside scoop.
Really? That's a mighty fine gesture.
I thought so.
I think I might take you up on that.
What it is, Horatio? This fine gentleman over here. What's your name again?
My name's Arthur. Arthur Vanderlyn.
Yeah, Arthur Vanderlyn. This fine gentleman, Arthur Vanderlyn, was asking if he could investigate this murder. You got any rooms available for him?
I guess.
You know, I reckon I could help you investigate this little murder of yours if you'd be open to it.
Thanks for your offer, but I think we're good.
Well, we definitely need someone's help out here with this case. You might want to first talk to Ophelia and Yards first.
I'll go get them.
Oh, I must warn you though, Ophelia's going a little mad. Oh, this is the poison of deep grief. It springs full from her father's death.
You guys need that, partner?
I guess that's what educated people say nowadays.
Guess so.
Well, hey there.
Well, we figured out which mat it
This man's an artist. I've never seen him in all my days. Where have you met him before?
Well, Hamlet and I were just talking to him earlier.
Oh, wait a minute. How do you two know Hamlet?
He killed my pa.
He was once my love.
Buckle my boots.
Well, spit in my eye, call me a dumpling.
Please, tell me everything.
Well, Hamlet, he used to be my partner in crime. We did everything together. But since his pa died, nothing's been the same. He's been acting strange, almost mad.
Hey, there's no need to cry. Wait a minute. I thought Claudius was Hamlet's father.
No, Claudius is Hamlet's uncle father. He was his uncle until last week, and now he's his father.
Wait a minute, partner. I do not understand. How is he his uncle and now he's his pa?
Claudius ain't my pa. Just because he murdered my pa and married my ma don't mean nothing.
Claudius murdered him?
Yeah, he murdered my pa and married my ma so he could take over the saloon. You know, Mark's Den. My pa was Mark.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see.
This man right here, he's the one who shot my pa dead in the chest, and he ain't even sorry about it. Hamlet shot him in cold blood because his own pa's dead.
I didn't mean to shoot your pa. I was just protecting my mom. I went into her room to talk to her, heard someone yell from behind the curtains. I didn't know who was there. Could have been a robber for all I knew. Your pa was in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Hamlet! I can't believe you do something as awful as this. Why, I declare, I thought you were a nice guy. You could never harm a horsefly. Will he not come again? Will he not come again? No, he is dead. He beats my deathbed. He will never come again.
Well, knock me down and steal my teeth, woman. I reckon you're having a dying duck fit. You're going insane for sure.
I've gone insane. Just look at yourself. You look as mad as a mule chewing bumblebees. That detective is gonna find out.
How could you do something like this? First my pa, and now my sis. She's dead. You murdered my family.
Hey, wait, we don't want to anger this fella. Back up.
And so have I, a noble father lost, a sister driven to desperate terms, whose worth, if praises may go back again, stood challenger on mount of all the age for her perfections. But my revenge will come.
What in tarnation just happened?
Okay. You see, from what I've gathered, Hamlet killed Laertes and Ophelia's pa, Polonius, and then just here now killed Ophelia, who was going insane. And partner, I think Hamlet's going insane too.
It's a good conclusion.
Reminds me of my famous saying.
Madness and great ones must not unwash it go.
Well, I didn't mean to kill her.
Didn't mean to.
Yeah, no, it just happened.
It just happened.
But she's been acting strange for a while. I didn't stomach to her.
Laertes just said Ophelia's been killed. What happened? Hamlet, why'd you kill her?
I killed Ophelia by accident. But that isn't how you kill my pa, is it, Claudius?
Well, that is absolute hogwash. That I am guiltless of your father's death and am most sensibly in grief for it. It shall as level to your judgment appear as day does to your eye. Oh, my offense is rank. It smells to heaven. It hath the primal eldest curse upon it. A brother's murder. Pray can I not, though inclination be as sharp as will. My strong good guilt defeats my strong intent, and like a man the double business bound, I stand and pause where I shall first begin, and both neglect. Hamlet must be taken care of before anyone begins to suspect my crime. And what better way than the same as his father? Poison! Like father, like son, both dying the same.
That was weird. Daylight savings, all right? Hey, I know Hamlet killed Ophelia, but I don't know if he meant to.
You know, I don't know what to make of all this, partner. It's only my first dang day in this town, and I've already heard about 2 murders and witnessed the one. Gosh, I wish I passed up this time when I had the chance. I'm worn slap out.
Well, it's not usually like this. I mean, people tend to get along and murders aren't that common. Well, I guess that's why they call it a Wild Wild West.
Ain't that the truth? Mighty strange things been happening around these parts.
Whoa, make that 2 goals ready.
What in the...
3, 2, 1.
What happened? Is he all right?
I'm afraid not, man. You know what rain does to plants?
No.
It drowns them!
For crying out loud, what the blue blazes does that mean?
Man, it means he's dead.
Ha! Snakes like you usually die of their own poison anyway.
Whoa.
Yourself. Take a drink. Calm yourself.
No, thank you. I don't need it.
Hey, wait a minute! Let me see that drink. This drink's been poisoned!
I almost killed my son. I can't deal with this guilt any longer. I must take it myself. I pray you will pardon me.
Wait!
The drink. Hamlet. Oh, my dear Hamlet. The drink. I am poisoned.
Partner, I reckon these 2 deserve a proper burial.
I reckon. Let's get him out of here. Such a shame. Come on, even you deserve it.
It's always been calm in our small little town. Why now is everyone dying?
There you are. Wait a minute, was that Claudius and Gertrude just saw dead?
Yes.
Did you kill them too?
No, not this time. They killed themselves.
I don't believe you farther than I can throw you. Well, now that I found you, I challenge you to a showdown tomorrow when the cows come home.
I'm your Huckleberry.
What in the world does that mean?
That means I accept.
End of scene. Oh.
high noon, and the cows will come home. Laertes and Hamlet are preparing for the final showdown.
Partners, y'all really sure you want to do this? We could forget about this whole ordeal and be a tablehood of brotherhood.
That dog won't hunt while Laertes is still alive. I thought I told you not to stick your nose into business that ain't yours.
You know, that's kind of my job. Maybe if you hadn't killed Polonius and Ophelia, you two wouldn't even be at odds. Oh! Detective Vanderley! You shot him!
You better be quiet or the same thing's gonna happen to you.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Haven't you killed enough people?
The only reason I'm doing this is because my pa told me to.
But your pa's dead.
That's right. But the ghost version of him told me to take his revenge on Claudius.
I ain't no Claudius.
You're right, but you got yourself in the way.
The only reason I'm here is because you killed my pa and my sis.
I didn't mean to kill your pa. He was trespassing in my mom's room. Kind of sus if you ask me. Your pa was in the wrong place at the wrong time. The only reason I shot him was because I thought he was Claudius, and as I mentioned before, my pa told me to take his revenge on Claudius, and that's what I plan to do.
So why are you trying to kill me too? I didn't do nothing.
That doesn't matter. Your pa was partners with Claudius, and you're his son. And that means I have to kill you too.
This don't make no sense.
That doesn't matter. You still trying to have a showdown or not?
For sure. Let's down the showdown. I'm just trying to figure out what's got all your feathers all ruffled.
Revenge.
You missed.
Thanks, Sheriff Obvious.
Let me show you how it's done. Okay.
You missed too.
I know I did. I'm just making sure that this gun has got enough power for this showdown. Are either of y'all able to hit a target 5 feet away from you? Or should we turn this into a thumb wrestle? Come on, I'm trying to get home for dinner!
No, we're ready. Those were just practice shots.
Yeah, what he said.
Well, get on with it!
We will!
Oh. You know, is that all you got?
I know better than you can.
Back in my day, you could actually hit something.
You shoot like a guy who's lived in a cave all his life, and his best friend's a rock.
This is for my pa!
This is for my sis.
Well, I'll be. Finally.
Detective!
You're alive.
Oh,
How?
This your handkerchief is lead line. I think it's just a flesh wound. Let's take this here, check it off.
I got you, partner.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, not all of it's lead line.
No. What's going on?
Need some help with it?
I could use some.
Well, as you can both see, they're both dead. Let's try to recollect what happened here. You got your notes?
I got my notes right here. Let's see. Review.
Well, I guess I'll start off. Claudius killed Hamlet's paw and murdered, or not murdered, he's still alive at that point, and married his mom.
Gertrude. That's
Yeah.
Gertrude. And then Hamlet, I think? You did something?
Hamlet, on account of his paw's death, killed Polonius because he was going insane.
That's what the notes are for. And since Ophelia was such a good friend to Hamlet, when he went mad, the combination of her pa's death and Hamlet's madness made her go insane too. Then Hamlet threatened Laertes. And Ophelia shot him on account of his madness.
Mm-hmm. The now angered Laertes vowed revenge on Hamlet. Meanwhile, Claudius, trying to cover up his murder, decided to try to poison him. But instead, poisoned himself.
And then Gertrude, horrified she almost poisoned her own son, drank the poison as well. Then Laertes challenged Hamlet to a duel, which Hamlet immediately accepted.
That's when you, partner, you tried to intervene and you got shot.
Yes, I I remember that vividly.
Oh, could have just said so.
Wait a minute. How did both of them end up dead?
Oh, well, you see, as fate would have it, they both shot each other at the same time. Killing them both.
I see.
Yeah. Now, all that's left is us two. I guess that's why another day in the Wild West.
Hey, partner, you want to go grab a meal?
Well, that's a mighty fine gesture of you, but we should probably get you to a doctor.
Nothing a glass of whiskey can't handle.
All right.
Second thought, let's go to the doctor.
All right.
Here we go. Pretty nice.
Thank you all so much for coming.
That was fabulous.
That was amazing.
So good.
They stayed true to the storyline. They just made it in the Wild West. Yes. Good job, guys.
We gotta run.
Excellent.